30,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, those of you who have subscribed to the channel. It means a lot to me. Come along on this journey because today I'm going to share with you 30 things that I love about Disneyland Paris here. Let's go. Yes everyone, hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Welcome to a special video because this video is to celebrate 30,000 subscribers that I recently reached on my channel here on YouTube on Sound for God, and it's thanks to you guys as well. There's 30,000 of you who are subscribed to this channel, more than that actually by the time you're watching this, which is just incredible. So I thought to celebrate I will tell you about 30 of my favorite things at Disneyland Paris, or 30 things that I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris, starting with number one, the first thing I love about Disneyland Paris, which as you can see behind me, that's the Disneyland Hotel. It's the grand entrance of Disneyland Park and I absolutely love it. I think it's so beautiful, so majestic, so elegant. Honestly, sometimes I just like spending time here at the entrance of the park and not even go in, because they normally play some lovely music as well, some really cute classic Disney music from Ariel, Little Mermaid to Aladdin. Sometimes they even play some songs from Walt Disney World like Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, which throws me off a bit, but I still do enjoy it. So yeah, number one is the gorgeous, beautiful, stunning entrance of Disneyland Paris. That's my favorite thing. The next thing I absolutely adore about Disneyland Paris is of course Main Street USA, which you can see there behind me. I just love walking down Main Street USA, especially at the moment because it's the Christmas festive season as well. You've got the Christmas music in the background. Everyone's very jolly, very happy walking down, and I do truly think there's something about Disneyland Paris's Main Street USA that really distinguishes it from some of the other Main Street USA's that I've been lucky enough to walk on. It's just so magical. Look at the ground. I love that it's like a cobbled ground situation rather than it just being asphalt. The castle at the end of Main Street, of course. Honestly, I never get tired of walking down Main Street USA. There have been trips that I've had before to Disneyland Paris where I've legitimately spent the whole day on Main Street USA. Normally it's doing like the seasonal things, so when I've come at Christmas before, like the first day of Christmas or whatever. I actually have a vlog from like 2015 I think with my friend Rebecca, where we came here and we didn't even realize it, but we ended up spending our whole time on Main Street because there was loads going on for the Christmas season. But this is how much I love it. I can have an amazing day in Disneyland Paris and just spend the whole entirety of it on Main Street USA. Let me know what you guys think though. Do you like Main Street as well? I mean, look at the atmosphere on Main Street at the moment. It's so nice, it's so festive, it's Christmassy, we've got fake snow going on. Doesn't get any more magical than this in my opinion. It's the most wonderful time. Beautiful, I love it. Main Street USA in Disneyland Paris, especially during the festive season, is just so beautiful. Number three in my list of things I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris is of course the Sleeping Beauty Castle, which you can see there behind me. I truly believe that it's the best Disney castle of all the Disney theme parks out there. I've been lucky enough to have visited the majority of them. The only one I've not seen so far in person is the one in Tokyo Disneyland, which I believe is very similar to the one in Florida's Magic Kingdom. So I feel like I have in some ways seen all the castles, and Disneyland Paris is just the most fantastical one. It's so beautiful. I love the pinks, I love the blues, I love just the layout of it, with the cute little trees on the side as well, the square trees. It is a thing of beauty, and every single time I come to the parks and I see that castle at the top of Main Street, it brings me joy. Now another thing I love about Disneyland Paris is that not only does it have one of the most beautiful castles, as you can see there behind me from the outside, it's also quite a practical castle. Now as you can see up there, there's a little balcony area where people and guests can go up and enjoy a nice little view of Fantasyland over here. Here you go, you can see over here it says La Belle au Bois Dormant, which is of course Sleeping Beauty, and you can see the little walkway, the staircase that will take you up to the gallery area of the castle. And you can have a look up here as well of the little walk-through attraction that you can get to inside the castle. They've got loads of beautiful photos, stained glass windows and artworks of the Sleeping Beauty. I do have a full video again of this castle in detail if you want to check it out later on. But it's not just a gallery they have here inside the Disneyland Paris castle. They also have a couple of shops, including a Christmas shop, which I'm standing in front of right now, and then on the other side they've got a really cute kind of ornament glass figurine shop. Again, I have full videos about these shops so you can check them out down below. The fifth thing I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris is the seasons. Disneyland Paris does seasons so well, seasonal celebrations, whether it's for Halloween, Christmas, or random spring celebrations. They've had so many cool celebrations over the years. My favorite, of course, is Christmas, as you can see right now. We've got the beautiful Main Street decorations with the garlands, the Mickey-shaped garlands on top, and of course the stunning Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland Paris all the way down there. Also, they're currently playing Carols of the Bells, one of my favorite Christmas songs. And then on this side we've got the wonderful, stunning Christmas tree. And having just come back from Disneyland in Anaheim, California, I do have to say our tree here in Disneyland Paris, and I don't know why I just said "are" because it's my home park, I suppose. But yeah, I do think the Disneyland Paris tree is the best one, at least compared to California. I have also seen Hong Kong Disneyland. That one was cute as well, but again, in my opinion, nothing compares with the tree here in Disneyland Park at Disneyland Paris. It is beautiful. I love it. It's also really stunning at nighttime as well. They have this whole lightning ceremony and it's so cute. I would recommend watching it if you're coming here for the festive season. And make sure you watch some of my Christmas vlogs from over the years. I do have some recent ones as well from 2022, just so you guys know what kind of snacks they're going to be offering here for the festive season, all the decorations, everything. I've covered them all on my channel. But like I said, whilst Christmas might be my favorite season at Disneyland Paris, it's definitely not the only season. Halloween time is absolutely beautiful as well. In Disneyland Paris, it's spooky, of course. They've got lots of shows going on, some spooky characters that you can meet, some of the villains, and Main Street again is decorated so well for the Halloween months as well. Like I said, Disneyland Paris goes all out. Some people don't realize, but Disneyland Paris really does go all out for all the seasons, and it's all free as well, which is the best part. And by that I mean, as long as you've got a ticket to come inside the parks, you don't have to pay an additional fee for a separate ticket to enjoy the celebrations, whether it's for Christmas or Halloween. Unlike in Walt Disney World, where most of their exclusive seasonal stuff are exclusive, so you have to add another, I don't know, $200 ticket to be able to watch a Halloween parade in Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom. Same with Christmas. Here, it's all included in the price of your ticket, which is amazing. Another thing I love about Disneyland Paris, and I really don't understand people who don't, is the characters. Characters are such a big part of any Disney park, in my opinion. In Disneyland Paris, characters really do spend quite a lot of time with you. If you want that, of course. If you don't want that, if you just want a photo, that's also fine. But I just love meeting characters here, whether it's Mickey Mouse in his theater in Fantasyland, or characters in their festive outfits for Christmas, Halloween. The villains can be so much fun to meet as well. Just characters in general are a huge part of any Disney experience, like I said, in my opinion. This is obviously things that I personally love about Disneyland Paris. 30 things I love. So yeah, one of the 30 things is the characters, and they're one of my favorite things to do here in Disneyland Paris. Number 7 in the list of things I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris has to inevitably be Fantasyland, which you can see there behind me. My favorite land here in the park. It is just so stunning. The layout of it, I think, is so well designed. The rides in there, so cute. You really do feel like you're in a magical world. And I also just love how you can walk through the castle and enter Fantasyland and have this beautiful view be the first thing you see when you come to Fantasyland. It's just so stunning. We've got the Carousel of Lancelot there in front of us, some shops here, then we get to the attractions, of course, Pinocchio, Snow White, Peter Pan, etc. We've got another shop down there, and as we keep going through Fantasyland, we'll get to the rest of the beautiful attractions in here. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about Disneyland Paris is, of course, It's a Small World. Is that even a surprise to you? This is one of my favorite attractions in Disneyland Paris, and unfortunately, at the moment, it is closed. It has been closed since the end of 2021, so unfortunately, I've not had the opportunity to go on this ride, one of my favorite rides, in over a year at this point, but hopefully it should be reopening in 2023. And if you do come to Disneyland Paris and you get a chance, definitely go on It's a Small World. It's definitely better than the one in Florida, so if you've only experienced the one in Magic Kingdom, this one in Paris is so much better, so much more beautiful. They do, of course, currently have the walls up, which the walls are also... Oh! Hi, Belle, how are you? Thank you so much, thank you. I'm wearing your... Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, bye-bye. Just casually saw Belle as I was trying to film this section of the vlog, and she enjoyed my little jumper with Beauty and the Beast on there. She's so beautiful. Anyway, what I was about to say before bumping into Belle is that currently, of course, they do have these beautifully themed walls up outside of It's a Small World, but the facade of It's a Small World, you can kind of see the top of it, the beautiful sun and moon clock. It just looks so stunning, and it's obviously recently had a repaint as well. But because I legit can't even think about making a video about my 30 favorite things about Disneyland Paris and not including It's a Small World in it properly, at least not a little bit of the song, here's a little montage of some of my lovely viewers and some of my friends singing along to the iconic It's a Small World.
It's a world of laughter, a world of tears.
It's a world of hopes and a world of fears.
Tänk på allt den består av och alla förstår.
It's a small world after all.
It's a small world
after all.
It's a small world after all.
It's a small, small world. It's a world of laughter.
Sur l'équateur, y a un gens qui rit.
Och ibland förlåt.
There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all.
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 It's a small, small world.
It's a small world after all.
It's a small world after all. Okay, I'm gonna stop, but I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you to everyone who was involved in that little sing-along. And one of my absolute favorite parts of Disneyland Paris is, of course, Big Thunder Mountain, and it has been since I was a child, really. Ever since I came as a child, my favorite ride, one of my favorite rides was definitely Big Thunder Mountain. I always loved just the feeling of going on it. It felt like a big thrill ride, and it really is, it truly is. You can hear the Molly Brown over there as well. But yeah, Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland Paris, of all the Big Thunder Mountains in other Disney parks, is definitely the best one. It's the fastest one, it's the longest one, it has the best effects, and just the mountain itself is such a staple part of Frontierland. It is beautiful and absolutely one of my favorite parts of Disneyland Paris. Speaking of Big Thunder Mountain though, another thing I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris is just Frontierland in general. I feel like it's such a beautiful land, the way it's laid out with Phantom Manor and Big Thunder, the Molly Brown, and kind of how it goes over to the other parts of the land. It is stunning. It's definitely one of the best Frontierlands in my opinion, and I just love spending time here. It's beautiful in the daytime, in the dark, and yeah, like I said, quite an underrated land, but definitely one of my favorite parts of Disneyland Paris. We're still in Frontierland because the 11th thing I love about Disneyland Paris is also in Frontierland, the food. The food in Frontierland, especially the quick service food, definitely not the table service. I'm not the biggest fan of the steakhouses, Silver Spur, but when it comes to quick service food, I do think that Frontierland offers some of the best options that you can get throughout the park. For me, one of my favorite places to eat at is, of course, Last Chance Cafe. They have an amazing vegan chili, and it's not only vegan, it's also gluten-free, so it's a kind of food that a lot of people can actually eat and enjoy, and it is delicious as well. Another one of my favorite places to get food at Disneyland Paris is Fuente del Oro, which is also in Frontierland. However, unfortunately at the moment it's actually under renovation. I believe they're trying to retheme the building, who knows what, they haven't actually said anything, but it's going to be closed for the next 5 or 6 months. I think it's going to be reopening in June of 2023. However, because it's in Frontierland and the food typically in there has been Mexican style food over the past 10 years of me eating there, I feel like even if they change the menu a little bit, it's still going to be amazing. They do burritos there, they used to do fajitas as well, just amazing Mexican food. So if you want something that's a bit different to your regular chicken nuggets and burgers, which I generally find very boring when I come to Disney, I think Fuente del Oro is an amazing option. And of course, Cowboy Cookout, another one of my favorite places to eat at in Disneyland Paris, also located in Frontierland. I would suggest actually all the menu items here are good. I've tried them all. The burgers are really good. The last meal with everything in there as well, kind of you get your chicken, you get your barbecued ribs, and a bit of sausage as well. That's also good, but my personal favorite is definitely the chicken. So if you're trying to think of which one to get if you don't want that big feast, go for the chicken. The chicken is delicious here. The next thing I love about Disneyland Paris is just the beauty of Adventureland. Adventureland may not be my favorite land, but it just looks awesome with that huge pirate ship, Pirates of the Caribbean, which I'm going to show you in a bit as well. The outside of it looks so cool, like probably the best one of any other pirates around the world. The actual ride as well, of course, is amazing. Also Disney ducks, that's another bonus thing that I love about Disneyland Paris. But look at this awesome pirate ship, and just how immersive and cool it looks. Just the theming here in Adventureland is excellent. Here's another angle of it. Look at this awesome waterfall, and then Skull Rock as well, and you can actually go inside some of these caves too, which is so cool. But my favorite thing about this land is, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean. The attraction with this awesome looking entrance over here currently has a 15-minute wait, and actually Pirates in Disneyland Paris is a ride that normally doesn't get too long of a wait time because it kind of keeps moving with the boats. But yes, absolutely one of my favorite rides here in Disneyland Paris, and one that I would recommend you going on, even if you've been on Pirates in Florida or California or even in Shanghai Disneyland, which is probably the best one of all of them, to be fair. But the Paris one is really special as well. It's very different to the other ones, so it's worth checking out for sure. Another thing I love about Disneyland Paris is that unlike most other theme parks that are not Disney, Disneyland Paris offers a variety of different foods. So you're not going to be just limited to your burgers and chips if you come here. You've got different options, and whilst yes, you know, when you compare Disneyland Paris to the American Disney parks especially, or some of the Asian ones as well even, it's not the best when it comes to variety, but it still does offer some great options. And one of my personal favorites is Agrabah Cafe behind me. As you can see, this is a buffet restaurant, and it's actually one of the cheaper buffet restaurants at the moment, and it offers Middle Eastern food, delicious Middle Eastern food as well. It's also very good for vegans and vegetarians, because a lot of Middle Eastern food just generally happens to be vegetarian. You know, there's not a lot of meat in them, but if you like your meat as well, you can still get your meat in there. They do some good chicken in there, hummus, just really nice, good, flavoursome, delicious food. And like I said, one of my absolute favourite buffets in Disneyland Paris is definitely Agrabah Cafe. So I would recommend it if you're not a picky eater, because it might not be the best for picky eaters. I would say go in there and enjoy the delicious buffet they've got going on. It's also unlimited, so you can get as much food as you want. Another thing I love about Disneyland Paris is, of course, Space Mountain. And yes, I refuse to call it Hyperspace Mountain because it is Space Mountain to me. It's always going to be Space Mountain to me, and I wish they do go back to the Space Mountain layover, because whilst Hyperspace Mountain is cool and it's obviously the same track, Space Mountain Mission 1 and obviously Mission 2 as well, the first two Space Mountains were definitely, in my opinion, a lot better than what it is right now, but it's still a fantastic roller coaster, much better than any of the Space Mountains around the world. And just the building as well, the show building, I think is such an iconic part of Discoveryland here in Disneyland Paris, and I love that it's called Discoveryland and not Tomorrowland, because Tomorrowland just doesn't make sense, you know. Tomorrow's always coming, whereas when it's Discovery, you don't have to always constantly worry about how you have to change the future, because it's not necessarily about future, it's about discovery and the Jules Verne-esque vibe of Space Mountain here in Paris as well. Stunning. One thing I really love about Disneyland Paris is all the little details or secrets, the little hidden gems or Easter eggs, whatever you want to call them, that you can find throughout both of the parks, actually, not just in Disneyland Park but also in Walt Disney Studios. So if you look around, everything has a purpose. Sometimes they put some little details hidden throughout the parks that can mean a lot, actually. Even just the sounds of Disneyland, like up there you can see there's a sign that says piano lessons, and if you listen closely you might be able to actually hear a student trying to play the piano with the teacher. Even these names here, for instance, that you might just walk past and not pay too much attention to, they're all here for a reason. A lot of them are nods to different people who worked on Disneyland Paris. It's just brilliant. I do have some videos actually talking about some of the amazing secrets of Disneyland Paris, so I'll leave them down below. Make sure you check them out after you finish watching these, because they're loads of fun and they can bring something new to your experiences in Disneyland Paris. It can give you a reason to maybe pay more attention to your surroundings when you visit the parks. One of my favorite things about Disneyland Paris is, of course, the two arcades surrounding Main Street USA. So they've got one Discovery Arcade, which I'm standing in front of right now, and then on the other side, closer to Frontierland and Adventureland, you've got Liberty Arcade, and it just makes life so much easier, especially after parades, after fireworks shows, or when it's really cold or raining, to just go through the arcades rather than down Main Street USA. And honestly, you might think they're not as magical as Main Street, and maybe they might not be quite as magical, but they are still pretty cute to look at. I do have a full video showing you both of the arcades at Disneyland Paris in detail, by the way, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link down below. Another thing I love about Disneyland Paris is, of course, the pins. All the pins. It can become a problem if you're a big collector like I am, because you just look at them and you want all of them. But if you're a normal person visiting Disneyland Paris and if you just want a little pin to take home with you as a souvenir, there are so many different options here, from different characters, different attractions, just all the cute little pins. And they've even got seasonal ones, such as these ones, the villains for Halloween. That's for Halloween of 2022. They've got the attractions ones here. There's cars. Look at that, Chip and Dale on a Peter Pan's flight. You can get some for the different parks as well. There's a Walt Disney Studios one, really nice. Oh, these are all really beautiful, actually. They've got some Pride ones up there as well. The attraction ones are probably some of my favorites, though, especially the ones that they currently have on now, such as the Phantom Manor ones here. Look at Goofy over here, so cool. Or Big Thunder Mountain down there. And you can even get yourself some lanyards to basically display your pins on them if you wish to. They've got these cute festive ones as well for the Christmas season right now, as well as a cute festive lanyard here. I mean, look at Santa Mickey here, so adorable. We are inside Harrington's now, which is a shop on Main Street USA. It's probably one of my favorite shops to just visit, even if I'm not planning on buying anything, because it sells a lot of figurines, a lot of pretty cute things, and that's one of my favorite things in Disneyland Paris. I mean, look at all these beautiful figurines in Harrington's. You've got Pirates of the Caribbean up there. We've got a few Dumbo ones. That one's really cool, 129 euros. Down here we've got Ariel, Christmas Ariel as well. She's got some presents with her. Same does Rapunzel up there as well, 75 euros each. Some more figurines over here. That Santa Mickey one up there, quite cute. Fantasia Mickey, my favorite. He is 219 euros. But they have some limited edition dolls here as well in Harrington's. Honestly, I love coming into this shop just like as if it's a museum almost. Normally I don't really buy anything from here. I just like looking at the very beautiful things they've got going on. And honestly, the shop itself is just so pretty. And right in the middle of the counter, they've got a beautiful Sleeping Beauty castle that unfortunately isn't for sale, but it's really cute to look at. But if you want to get yourself a castle as a souvenir, you can actually buy it, at least at the moment. A couple of the figurines of the castle. This one's limited edition, has only recently come out, 250 euros. And then there's another one over there for 179 euros. Or you can get yourself some beautiful Christmas ornaments and figurines. That one is from Mickey's Dazzling Christmas Parade, the best Christmas parade I've ever seen in any Disney park, and it's really cool that you can actually buy it for 159 euros. Or you can choose to go for some more sparkly items, such as the ones over here. Little figurines, but incredibly sparkly. There's a castle in there as well for basically 1 grand, 1,000 euros. It's smaller than the other ones that I showed you, but a lot more sparkly. The 19th thing I love about Disneyland Paris is, of course, the ears. Ears are a big staple of going to any Disney park, to be honest. But the ones that they currently have in Disneyland Paris are some of the cutest ones, the Chip and Dale ones that came out back in March of 2022 for the start of the 30th anniversary year. I'm not wearing them at the moment because it is freezing outside. It's like 1 degree Celsius. Very, very cold. But you can find Disney ears in more or less any of the shops that you visit in Disneyland Paris. They even have some Simba ones here. These are the classic mini ones. I think that's about it actually. In this shop I'm in Emporium at the moment. But depending on when you visit Disneyland Paris, you can find a variety of different ears, sometimes some seasonal ones as well. These are really cute. But yes, there are definitely loads of ears for you to choose from. These again are from the 30th anniversary of Disneyland Paris. This is the Tinkerbell range, the black and gold one. It's just lots of fun, and I actually enjoy looking at other people's pairs of ears as well as I'm walking through Disneyland Park. Another thing I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris is, of course, the cast members. The cast members in Disneyland Paris are wonderful. They are so fun, so friendly. They just love talking to you, conversing with you, and honestly I've had such good experiences with different cast members throughout my life here in Disneyland Paris. Throughout the past, I want to say 10-11 years of coming regularly, I've had brilliant cast member experiences from back in 2012, 13, 14 up to now recently. It's just, the cast members are really the magic, right? And I feel like the ones in Disneyland Paris are genuinely some of the best. I love how international they are as well, so you never know where they're going to be coming from, which languages they speak, because most of the cast members here have to be able to speak at least French and English, but sometimes you come across some that speak like 5, 6, 7 different languages, which is just amazing. So yeah, the cast members in Disneyland Paris, fantastic. Now, one of my favorite things about Disneyland Paris, of course, most of you probably already know this, is the hot chocolate. I just love it. There's something about getting hot chocolate when it's cold as well in Disneyland Paris. For the most part, for the majority of the year, it's quite cold, of course, with December, January, February, March being the coldest months. Look at the beautiful castle there behind me as well. But yeah, these are just the basic hot chocolates that you can get quite around the parks actually. I normally like to get mine from Main Street USA, either from the Boardwalk Candy Palace. They also have a little window where you can just kind of stop by and get it from there, or you can get them from anywhere else in the park actually. Most of the restaurants do offer these little hot chocolates that you can get. They're really, really nice. I like them anyway. They're not the best hot chocolates in Disneyland Paris. Those are actually in the Disneyland Hotel, which unfortunately at the moment is closed, but once it reopens, hopefully they're going to bring back the hot chocolates there as well. But for a nice quick little treat as well, sweet treat, the hot chocolates in Disneyland Paris, I would highly recommend them. Leave in the comments down below if you've tried these hot chocolates as well, because I get comments on a regular basis actually from you guys who come to Disneyland Paris and try the hot chocolate, just the general basic hot chocolates from Disneyland Paris, and you know, message me to let me know how good it is. But honestly, there's something about French hot chocolate that just makes everything better. It's the chocolate itself, I think. The chocolate here, phenomenal. I mean, listen, I recently got back from Disneyland, California, where I tried the Ghirardelli hot chocolate, and that was about, I want to say $10, $11. These are about €3 each, and I genuinely do prefer these here in Disneyland Paris to like the branded Ghirardelli over in the US parks. The next thing I love about Disneyland Paris is that they offer free badges or buttons, if you like. If you're celebrating a birthday, a special occasion, whatever it is, you can go to the City Hall and grab yourself one of these buttons. Now, because obviously I'm celebrating 30,000 subscribers in this video, that's what they put there for me. A lovely cast member inside City Hall. It says 30K, cute little Mickeys as well that she drew there for me. I think it's so cute, and look at Minnie's face as well. It says, I'm celebrating 30K. Very fun. You got the castle there behind me, and actually Disneyland Paris is also celebrating 30 years of magic in 2022, so I feel like it's quite apt that I reached 30,000 subscribers in 2022 at the same time that Disneyland Paris turned 30 inside the parks. Another thing I love about Disneyland Paris, which is very different to Walt Disney World for instance, is that the parks are so close to each other. So that's behind me is the entrance to Disneyland Park, the main park, the Castle Park here in Disneyland Paris. But if you want to go to the other park, the second park, Walt Disney Studios Park, you can literally walk it. So you walk that way towards Disney Village, you turn right, and pretty soon you're going to be at Walt Disney Studios. There you go. You can see the entrance of Disneyland Park just over there. That's also the Disneyland Hotel, which is currently under renovation. But there you go, literally in front of us now, we have the entrance of Walt Disney Studios Park. It probably only takes, I want to say, about 3 minutes max to walk between two parks. It's amazing, and it makes park hopping so much easier and also more enjoyable here in Disneyland Paris. One of my favorite rides at Disneyland Paris is Tower of Terror, which you can see there behind me. It's located in Walt Disney Studios Park, and it is awesome. Having done Tower of Terror in quite a few different parks now, I do genuinely believe that the one in Paris is the scariest, it's the best one, it's the most thrilling. The cast members are always so much fun, and I always have a lot of fun going on it, honestly. So I think it truly does deserve a spot here in my 30 things that I love about Disneyland Paris. Look at it. It's even cooler in the dark. Now, the 25th thing I love about Disneyland Paris is, of course, no surprises there, Bistro Cher and Me, which is a sit-down restaurant here in Walt Disney studios in Place de Remy, which is of course Ratatouille, and you've got the ride next to it as well. But Chez Remy has been one of my favorite restaurants ever since it opened in 2014, July of 2014. I actually came here in that summer to check it out. One of the first people in the restaurant, which was pretty cool to kind of see its grand opening, if you like. But I visited it multiple times throughout the years, and Chez Remy still remains one of my favorite restaurants. It is quite expensive for what you get, but the theming inside, I think, is enough to make it worth it. And they do some good steak and chips as well. Service has always been really good. I really enjoy eating there. Unfortunately, I don't eat there often because it is quite pricey, but I try to make a point of eating there at least once a year. And like I said, every time I have eaten there, I've had an amazing time. Another thing I love about Disneyland Paris still has to do with Ratatouille and Place de Remy, if you like. But it's basically the little chalets they've got going on, the little food and wine festival called Rendez-vous Gourmand in the summer months and then l'hiver gourmand in the winter months. I do have full videos checking out the chalets and the food options at all of them as well, so I'll leave those down below if you want to check them out later on. But I just love that it brings this place alive, like with all the decorations, especially the winter one, l'hiver gourmand. The decorations, the chalets, all the lights make this place even more lively.
All right, everyone, prepare to enter and play with the toys. Greetings, I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, at your service.
One of my other favorite things in Disneyland Paris isn't Walt Disney Studios Park, but of course it's Toy Story Playland. You guys know how much I love Toy Story. It's one of my favorite films of all time, and the fact that they've got a whole Toy Story Playland here is amazing to me. It's a lot of fun. The rides there are a lot of fun. I would actually say go on RC Racer if you don't think it's like an adult ride. It definitely is. Also Buzz. Buzz is amazing because he speaks 2 languages here, both English and French.
Bienvenue. Le sergent sera heureux de vous voir au rapport. Il vient de déballer un nouveau jeu de parachute.
Also, it's just so much fun feeling like you're a toy because everything is big, oversized here in Toy Story Playland because you are a toy. So you can see the fairy lights up here going on. Even just the decor here, the theming in Toy Story Playland is honestly second to none, and I absolutely love spending time here. I do have a full video of all the attractions at Toy Story Playland as well, which I'm going to link down below if you want to check out after you finish watching this one. Now, one of my recent favorite things at Disneyland Paris is, of course, Avengers Campus in Walt Disney Studios Park. Having just come back from California and checking out DCA's Avengers Campus, I do feel like the one in Paris in Walt Disney Studios Park does have a little bit of an edge to the one in California, and I just love it. Even though I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, I love the vibe in Avengers Campus. I love the fact they can meet so many different superheroes. You can see them walk around, you can see them do some amazing shows. I love the Quinjet here as well. I think it looks awesome. It's got 2 amazing rides as well with Spider-Man's Web Adventure and of course Flight Fortress, a really fun roller coaster. Yeah, I just love it. Avengers Campus, who would have thought? I genuinely wouldn't have thought myself that it would be one of my favorite things about Disneyland Paris, but it truly has become a place that I really enjoy hanging out in here in Disneyland Paris. The penultimate thing that I love about Disneyland Paris is of course Lake Disney. As you can see there behind me, it is beautiful. It's got a few different hotels surrounding it. So we've got Newport Bay over there, Sequoia Lodge behind me, and then of course I'm currently standing in front of the wonderful Disney's Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel. I feel like it's just such a nice little walk, both in the day and in the night time. It's very peaceful. Newport Bay looks beautiful in the dark with the lights turned on. All 3 of the hotels around the lake do, but even like just the hotels in general, Cheyenne and Santa Fe as well, they might not be surrounding the Disney lake here, but I still enjoy them. I feel like they're part of Disneyland Paris, and I love all the hotels here as well as the beautiful lake. So there you go. With that, we are slowly but surely getting to the final point, number 30, the 30th thing that I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris. And last but not least, it's just the feeling that I get when I step into Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Park especially. It's just so magical. Everything about being here, it just kind of takes you to a different world, right? And I feel like it's one of those things where if you haven't experienced it yourself, you might think I'm just bonkers, you know. I totally understand how it doesn't make sense to people who maybe haven't visited Disneyland Paris, but if you just are willing to use your imagination a little bit and let go and believe in the magic, which there is a lot of here in Disneyland Paris, then you might be able to see exactly what I mean and exactly why there are so many people here right now in Disneyland Paris waiting to experience the Christmas parade and enjoy the magic, really.
And cheer for
with that, we have come to the end of this video. That was 30 things that I absolutely love about Disneyland Paris, but of course it's not just limited to 30 things. I just wanted to do 30 in celebration of 30,000 subscribers, which is all thanks to you guys as well. I honestly really do appreciate every single one of you, whether you've been with me for a long time or whether you've joined me recently. You guys are the reason that I'm able to do this, and honestly I feel so grateful for it every single day. It's one of my best things about my life. I love it so much. But for now, thank you so much for watching. It is goodbye from the castle. It's been very cold as well, so I'm excited to go in. Goodbye from the Sleeping Beauty castle, goodbye from me, but I will see you very soon, probably tomorrow actually, for another video. But thank you again for helping me reach 30,000 subscribers. Who knows, maybe we'll get to 40,000 subscribers or 50,000. That would be amazing. But like I said, you guys mean a lot to me. I appreciate you, and my eyes are watering, it's that cold. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.